no. No, 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 no. Oh my god. I'm gonna go to jail. What am I talking about? This is not a good review. Oh, here we go.
What?
Wincest shit. I had the audacity to call Aaron a bitch. Just retake that line. Konnichiwa minasan, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Reina Scully, coming to you from Japan to reminisce about my old SourceFed anime club days. So Will and I talk all the time, and he often sends me screenshots or screen caps from older videos we used to do together that are specifically very, very embarrassing, and they make me just want to like crawl up inside of myself and like shake and scream. But it also kind of made me want to watch those older videos, namely the SourceFed Anime Club videos, because that was well before I was comfortable being on camera and before I like really found my online persona. I'm sure it's going to be so itchy, like I feel like I'm breaking out in hives just thinking about it, but I still really want to do it because I've never done a watch and react to my older videos type of video, and I also think timing-wise, it's kind of fateful or serendipitous maybe because this year, 2022, is the 10th year anniversary of SourceFed. Like, how old are we? But yeah, let's take this really embarrassing stroll down memory lane together and see how I used to review anime. Like, was I any good? But first, I'd like to thank Alpha Manga for sponsoring this video. Alpha Manga, available on the App Store and Google Play, is a manga app that caters specifically to isekai or otherworld fantasy manga fans. It has an excellent collection of fantasy titles, some of which are only available on Alpha Manga. Their titles are simply categorized by recently updated, shonen isekai, and shoujo isekai, which I found really easy to navigate. Today, I'd like to introduce you to one of their exclusive titles, May I Ask for One Final Thing. The story immediately grabs your attention with a shockingly headstrong lead that packs a pretty major punch. Literally, her behavior is so bizarre, callous, and satisfying that it obviously makes you want to dig further. The first chapter gives you a taste of what kind of revenge plot is about to unfold. There's also a lot of world building which adds to the story and helps you heavily sympathize with Scarlet, the main character, who's in a politically and socially difficult position. Scarlet is, in my opinion, a very powerful, likable female lead. She's very multifaceted, and I just want to keep watching her kick ass. May I Ask for One Final Thing is a drama, fantasy, shoujo, isekai, romance manga, but there's also a ton of action in it, which I'm really enjoying so far. There's also a nice touch of comedy in it, which makes it a really fun and easy read. I particularly love the art style. The attention to detail is spectacular, and everyone's expressions are so very meaningfully depicted. Plus, there's a very nice and intentional juxtaposition between the very beautifully and elegantly drawn characters and the brutal, bloody fight scenes that take place. Some pages even feel and read like a shonen or maybe even a seinen manga because of how the action is portrayed, and I quite like that. If you want to read May I Ask for One Final Thing, plus a whole bunch of other isekai titles, head over to my description and download Alpha Manga. Okay, this is so embarrassing. I do believe this was my on-camera debut as a host of SourceFed. I did a bunch of like guest spots and I screen tested on a white wall before this, but yeah, this was like my official debut and I was so nervous. I'm so glad that my co-host was Meg, because I was an intern for SourceFed before I obviously became a host, and I happened to be there when Meg was first introduced as a second-generation host with Trisha and Steve, so we already had some rapport together, which was so very, very helpful. But yeah, regardless, so very nervous. Okay, let's see.
I'm Meg Turney, and I like anime.
I'm Reina Scully, and translating anime is paying off my college loans.
Jealous.
That was true. Yeah, so I was translating anime for Crunchyroll before I was an on-camera host for SourceFed. It did not pay that well, so I don't know what I meant by it's paying off my student loans. It definitely wasn't. I was also working at Curry House at the time. That's what was paying off my loans.
Welcome to Anime Club, where we watch the first 2 episodes in a series, and then we get like a first impression type thing, tell you what we think about them.
Oh my
this
god,
week we
Meg's
watched
so
Tonari no
cute.
Seki-kun, which I thought was adorable.
It is adorable. And did you notice that
I loved
Hanazawa
Tonari no
does the voice
Seki-kun.
actress for Rumi's voice, and she also sings the opening theme song, which is super cute.
Okay. Alright, that was impressive, I think. I think I watched Tonari no Seki-kun like 15 times before I went on camera, so I like knew what to say and I had all these talking points in my head already.
Talk about the first episode, because who has that many erasers in their bag?
I know, and you noticed that on the erasers all say his name on them. It says Seki on all of them. There's
But
like
that's
thousands.
isn't that a brand?
Mono is the real
Yeah,
eraser brand,
Meg!
and stuff like that. But I think they just like messed with it.
Yeah,
for fun.
Dude, that was so good. Again, I had so many talking points in my head, but she was like basically spoon feeding me all the information I already had prepared, like the mono erasers and stuff. Oh, okay. It's not as horrible as I expected. I have this problem where I'm really, really easily embarrassed, and I don't watch or rewatch my older videos. We used to have to do watch downs when we would shoot at SourceFed, right? And we'd watch them down with the producers and the editors, and for some reason, I wouldn't care doing that. But then after it goes live, I would never watch it again. Or like, I'd watch it, but I wouldn't watch it with sound, and I would just scroll through the comments and reply to comments and stuff. But yeah, I would never, ever listen to myself speak. I hated my voice. Oh my god.
He makes like this really elaborate like Rube Goldberg domino setup, and it's so good. And she gets so into it. Like,
I'm very
because
impressed
she
that
gets in
I was
trouble,
able to
she's,
say
like,
Rube
hated it or
Goldberg.
something. Like she like loves it, and she like screams a lot, which like I love her, but like she screams a lot in this anime, honestly.
She
So
screams a
she's
lot
like,
in
"Oh,
every
what's gonna happen
anime."
next? No, I caused this to happen. You want to hear something really creepy that I thought of? I was thinking
What
just
could
by
I
watching the 2
say?
episodes, because she always gets in trouble and he never gets in trouble. What if he doesn't exist? What if she's crazy and
You've
she's
watched
just
so much anime.
imagining it?
That's exactly what would happen, is it turns out he's dead.
Meg is
Right?
so
Like,
sweet.
It's not even like he's not even a ghost. It's not like she's schizophrenic. She's just like she's rather normal, but like in order for her to get through her day, she like makes this guy up.
It could happen.
Creepy pasta.
That's
Oh.
it for our review of Tonari no Seki-kun. Next week we are watching.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That wasn't that bad. I also think I had some valid and interesting input. I don't know. Oh, thank God. I'm sweating. I was like so ready to just like scream. All right, here we go. It's me and Will. I don't know if this is the first time Will and I did this together, but I feel like it is. I feel like this is the first one. By this point, I think both Will and I have done a couple white walls and different videos, so I'm a little bit more comfortable being on camera. We'll see how Will is.
I'm Reina Scully, and I'm filling in for Meg Turney, who likes anime.
I'm William Haynes, and I should have thought about this before.
Welcome back to SourceFed Nerd. You're watching Anime Club, where we review the first couple
Okay.
episodes of a series.
This must be the first time I'm doing it with Will, because I said I'm
Nagi
filling
no
in for
Asukara,
Meg.
Or A Lull in the Sea would be their American interpreted title. Did
Nagi
you like
no
it?
Asukara.
You know, when I first saw it, I was like, oh no, this is gonna be horrible to watch. This is
Why?
gonna be terrible.
Why would he say that?
But I liked it.
What made you think it was going to be terrible? Because
I
it's
was-
underwater?
I was like, no, I was like, there's not.
This is so stupid. Okay, so I said that because I'm thalassophobic. I'm like very afraid of underwater shit. Yeah, that was just me pushing my agenda and fears onto Will. But why didn't he like it?
Not gonna be any shuriken throwing. There's no blood.
Right, okay.
There's no
Okay, he didn't
sword,
like it
no
because
one's
there's no
gotten stabbed.
action.
I mean,
It's
I
not
don't
like
know,
One
it's
Piece or
but
Naruto.
No one's got stabbed.
You don't know. You don't know yet. Someone might get
And,
stabbed. It is kind
It
of
could
a hard
happen.
story to get into because it's extremely character driven. I'm assuming you wanted to see like a action anime, right? Because shuriken throwing and stabbing and stuff.
There you go.
Yeah.
I know him so well.
I wanted to become attached to a character and then they die, just like everything else.
Oh,
or they get close to dying, you know?
What? That's so weird. Will doesn't like death. Why would he say that?
They cry a lot,
But
yes.
I liked it. There's something about crying that makes me
Again, with the Kana Hanazawa crying.
They scream.
That's Kana Hanazawa for you, who plays Monica.
Oh my god!
Kana Hanazawa, she's everywhere. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the plot. Basically, in this universe, all humans originated from the ocean, and through curiosity, they ascended to the surface, and now there's a huge divide between surface people and sea people. They could delve into so much about the universe because it's so creative and interesting, but they glossed right over that and just went into the characters.
Like you were saying earlier, I didn't notice. Like they start off, they're like underwater cooking, and
I thought there was world building in this.
They can pick up phones. They call each other underwater. How does that work?
Oh, okay, I see. We didn't like that there's no real explanation of why on Earth there even is an underwater world, and like how could that have been the origin of humans if all that technology existed. Yeah, okay, I kind of remember now.
There are 5 main characters in this series. One is the land boy, whose name is Tumugu. I think he's super sexy, which is really creepy because they're in middle school. Sorry.
Oh my god! I'm gonna go to jail. Why would I say these
They always
things?
do that. Like,
I don't know. They're super
what is
hot.
it? They make the hot character. This boy has said no words.
Boy.
He's like, "Are you okay?
I like that.
Good afternoon."
No!
And you're like, oh,
Yeah, that's
he has
me.
no personality.
Reina!
No,
He
yeah.
said 0 things.
I think that's what it is. His character is so handsome that he doesn't need to say words. I'm getting so.
Oh my god!
That's my issue. I talk too much.
How am I
talk
not
too much.
afraid
Show up.
of
Hello.
getting got and going to
Oh
jail?
my god, it's so hot.
See what that does?
I get
But I'm
it.
like, hey, how you doing? I'm William Haynes. You like Naruto? I like it too. I don't want it.
There are 4 other characters.
Okay, I must say, Will and I had chemistry from the get-go. Kind of like how Septic and I did. And although there was a little bit of navigating around what he was gonna say potentially, because it was always a mixed bag, I wasn't sure what on earth he was ever going to react to or say. I feel like we did a really good job working off of each other. When you are on camera with somebody and specifically reviewing something, it's really difficult to work off of the heels of what your partner just said, right? And I feel like we really covered each other's bases, and we knew when the other one was like done talking about that point, whether we should build on it, let's move on to the next subject, etc. Editing also helps immensely with that. Like, it helps smooth over a lot of those aspects, but I feel like Will and I really, really did a good job. I'm really happy. I thought this was going to be so much worse because the clips he sends me, holy shit, they're so bad.
Racism. If you took out like some of the words they were using, like surface people, and said like, I don't know, any type of race, it would be horrible. They're saying some very mean things.
Your
That's the
appreciation
point
this
of the
anime
show.
really is based on how invested you are in each of the characters. And unfortunately, if you find them a little bit annoying, it's kind of hard to watch because it truly does revolve around their decisions, their choices, there's so many feels, honestly. It's just a tragic tapestry of hormones.
I said that I like the show, but when I
A
think
tragic tapestry of hormones. I don't know if I thought of that on the spot or if I like had that ready in my arsenal to say at the right time, but I worked it in there.
The hashtag SFNBlue, and come check us out again next week on Anime Club Like These Cool Cats.
So I knew it was from
Aw,
PA,
cute! I forgot we did this.
Just as well known as KyoAni for having beautiful
Aw.
animation, and this does not.
Right. We had viewer videos at the end of Anime Club because it was Anime Club. Like, we'd watch it together and talk about it together. Ah, I miss these days. All right, what's the Puella, Magi, Madoka, Magica?
Everyone, welcome back to Anime Club. Club, where we
I
watch the
very
first
much
few
remember
episodes of an anime series and
Will's
give you our first
nickname for this
impressions and
anime.
initial
Not
thoughts on
nickname,
it.
just
I'm
what
Reina
he
Scully.
called it.
William Haynes.
And this week we watched Puella, Magica, Madoka,
Why did
Magica.
they-
No, that's wrong.
Oh.
Puella, Magi, Madoka, Magica.
Cruella
I
de
see.
Vil Magic Town.
Cruella de Vil Magic Town! I still
Japanese
remember
name for it is
that.
surprisingly easier to say. Mahou Shoujo Madoka Magica.
Yeah.
It is
really
easier.
to
Mahou
say.
Shoujo Madoka Magica.
Is definitely stylized to be a shoujo anime, which is supposed
magical
to be the
girl
big twist
shoujo.
about it. It's actually super dark.
little bit
Super
off target
dark.
there.
And you get into it after
Young Reina.
episode 3, it goes completely nuts. Crazy things happen. I can't even explain it.
Yeah.
This is not a good review.
Is when the character Mommy pulls guns out of her skirt.
Yeah.
She actually pulls guns out of everything, really. And she
Yeah.
pulled out a hat too. She like it was beautiful.
She
I
pulls
was
out a
like,
huge-ass
didn't
gun.
see 6 guns under there. She's got them.
Yeah, it looks a lot like the fighting game Blaze Blue and like Guilty Gear, like.
Oh my god! As though Will would know that reference.
Tell me what you think about Cube, the little. Is he a cat?
He's
Is
like
he
a cat monster.
I don't trust
Good
him.
job,
You know,
Will.
Contract with me, be a magical girl. Make a contract with me, be a magical girl.
Yeah, some mofos and like. You gotta
Sure,
just be like,
sure.
nah.
That was a little embarrassing.
Like he's offering you a wish. I'm going through a lot of changes right now. The last thing I need is for you to give me a job. Like,
For a wish. And
Okay, you can tell when Will likes an anime because he has a lot to say about it. And as you saw with the Cube thing, he will throw you questions if he's into the anime. I remember this was kind of a difficult thing about Anime Club because obviously we'd watch stuff together and oftentimes I would have already seen the anime, so I would watch it again or watch a few more episodes ahead of him, so I'd have a lot of material ready for him. Like I have a lot of questions ready for him so that he could answer them. But yeah, you could tell he very much enjoyed this one because he took a pretty heavy lead on this episode. I always liked that. You know, it was always so much harder when he didn't give a shit about the anime, which I totally understand. Some anime is just bad, okay? Anime's bad.
essentially, he's saying
anything. He says the
Yeah.
wish is anything you want.
Anything.
Anything you want.
And
So why don't they wish that all the bad stuff stops happening and that
Oh.
the cat goes far away?
This is before we watched the entire series, obviously.
card.
Well,
Cat goes far away.
he told me
She
anything.
card.
He could have said anything except wishing the bad away. Well, I'm like, well, okay.
Oh my god, he just spoiled,
Happened
we
if you
spoiled
were like,
everything
well,
without
I
knowing
wish
anything about
this
how it
never,
ends.
happened to me. I wish you wouldn't, like, you didn't exist. I wonder.
So I must say, I loved the way we did SourceFed Anime Club because a lot of the times we wouldn't have finished the series yet because, again, it's an anime club, right? Like, we're all watching it together for the first time. And I know before I said, like, I'd watch a couple episodes ahead, but I wouldn't finish the series, depending on what it is that we're watching. And if I remember correctly, the comments on this video was like bonkers when we said that phrase about like, why wouldn't we just wish that none of this would ever happen? And everybody's like, you have no idea. It's like you saw it, but you're pretending you didn't. But yeah. This was a good concept for a show. Now that I'm rewatching it, I really, really freaking miss this. I mainly miss working in a studio with other people. Like, I miss having a cameraman and an editor and a producer and a co-host and like a team and an ensemble cast and stuff. But yeah, I feel like I'm getting emotional. Love Chuunibyo and other
Welcome back to Anime
delusions.
Club, where we watch the first few episodes of an anime series and give you our initial.
Okay, this is when Will started getting weird with the intros. I very, very actively remember this. He would want the intros to be different every single episode. He didn't like that we were just sitting there. So, like, we'd appear from behind the couch, or we'd appear from, like, below. I don't remember all of them, but I do remember some of them got, like, really weird.
Thoughts on it? I'm Reina Scully.
And I'm William Haynes.
And this week we watched
Fix
Love,
your
Chuunibyo,
hair,
and
Reina.
Other Delusions, otherwise known as.
Chubones, Chuunibyo, and other people you like.
Exactly. Or the Japanese title is actually Chuunibyo demo koi ga shitai, which translates to even though I have Chuunibyo, I still would like to fall in love.
I should
which is
probably
obviously
explain
way
what
too long of a
Chuunibyo
title. Did you
is.
enjoy it?
Let's see. Did I enjoy it? Did I enjoy it? Did I enjoy it? Did I enjoy it? I never. I'm gonna say yes. At first, I was like, oh,
I feel like that was Will trying not to offend the audience and me by being like, I don't give a shit about this anime. Like, that's how he felt in his heart.
Is a slice of life anime from Kyoto Animation. Wonderfully animated, really, really amazing graphics, honestly. I got to watch it in 1080, so that was awesome. It was.
What am I talking about? I got to watch it in 1080. Did 1080 not exist in 2014?
There's no real magic going on. It's
No.
not like a fantasy realm.
I don't know if you ever watched the show Rugrats.
Of course I watched Rugrats.
Yeah,
Of course.
This is Rugrats, but grown up.
Oh, that
'Cause
is excellent. You're right.
They
It
live
kind
in
of
a
is
completely
excellent.
different world that they think exists, but it does not.
Let's go into what Chuunibyo is.
Ah,
We talked about it in
here we
an
go.
earlier episode of Anime Club, but Chuunibyo literally translates to
Did we talk about it in
middle
a different
school
Anime
second
Club?
year disorder or syndrome. And
Chuni
I don't know, I
is
like to say
middle
middle
school,
disorder
second
because it kind
year.
of encompasses it all, but it's the delusion that you're under where you believe you're the chosen one and you think amazing things are supposed to happen to you. Like,
Yeah.
for example, Will thinks he's the Avatar.
No. There's no.
That
real
was
things.
good.
I'm gonna keep it real. Maybe I got a Chuunibyo, but that's because I am the gosh darn
Good job, Will.
Avatar. I am the bridge between the human world and the spirit world.
He was
I am the
obsessed
master
with
of all
Avatar.
elements.
Of course you are. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I too am a post-sufferer of Chuunibyo. I definitely had
God.
it when I was younger. Like,
Yeah?
I would LARP really, really intensely
Oh
with
my
my friends.
God.
And after,
Really?
like after jumping off of a swing and like we'd land, I even had like phrases like, "Let the darkness consume you." I don't know. It was what?
How was I able to get through that story? I can't believe I decided to reveal to the world that I was an intense LARPer. I guess it's not that bad. It's in the past, you know. I am who I am. I did not use that actual phrase though. Let the darkness consume you. Actually, it's kind of starting to sound familiar. Maybe it is something that I used to say.
No, you LARP.
Of course I LARP.
I want to LARP.
We're
Listen,
gonna
LARP.
LARP. We're gonna LARP.
Oh
We're gonna
my
LARP
goodness.
after this.
Continuing on from
And we
last
never
week where we had
did.
It's really engaging and their moves are really intense. Like it
Yeah.
really looks like you're watching it. It's super awesome.
Okay, so I have to comment on something. People still comment on it because it happens even nowadays. My bang is going deep and directly into my eye. I have this like one bang, or I guess now I have a couple of them, that always separates from the rest. And it would just like perfectly land on my eyelash. It still does. And everybody thought it was going into my eye. And now that I'm watching it, I get that frustration. Like, I just want to brush my hair for me so badly. Yeah, this must have been really annoying to watch. And still is. Still can't stop it from happening. See, it just like refuses. It's not going in my eye, by the way. My eyelashes are like stopping that from happening.
Yuta, otherwise known as the Dark Flame Master, is trying to get over the fact that he has Chuunibyo. I mean, it still kind of shows when he's in high school, but he goes to a really far away high school so that he doesn't have to know anybody that knew about his Dark Flame Masterness. As much as he's trying to kind of graduate that concept, he
We
really
do a good
can't
job
because it must be,
explaining the
like,
anime after we have like our weird LARPing banter stuff. You know, honestly, I'm continuously impressed by the fact that we're able to actually review and summarize the first couple episodes of the anime. Like, we actually talk about it, go into it. We mention characters, we mention voice actors, we mention like the plot and stuff. Whoa, no game, no life.
Anime Club
I
on SourceFed.
wonder
You know
what
the
we're gonna
deal.
say
We
about
watch the
this
first few
anime.
episodes of an anime and give you our first impressions and such. I'm Reina Scully.
I am William Haynes most of the week.
I'm really scared for this one.
This week we did No Game, No Life. This anime is an action fantasy comedy with a slight touch of ecchi.
Slight
reminded me
touch
of,
of
like,
ecchi. Am I stupid? It's like 95% ecchi, 3% fantasy, 2% incest. Maybe it's not. It's more like 2% lolly. I don't know. Regardless, I'm surprised that we were allowed to do this one.
Lock a little bit because like the guy's like strategizing everything.
Yes,
my
it's more
kind
of
of
a,
guy.
Definitely, it's definitely a
Will, he's not
psychology.
your kind of
As well as
guy.
being the gosh darn Avatar, I'm also William Holmes. I
An-
like to
another
strategize things
Avatar
into those
reference.
wacky facts.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
William Holmes. Am I your
Holmes.
Watson?
I guess so.
How dare you, Will? I was playing off of you and you're like, no, that is the rule. That is the one rule you're not supposed to break with like improv, right? You're always supposed to say yes. Son of a bitch, Will.
Their names are actually Sora and Shiro, and Sora is the word for sky in Japanese, and Shiro is the word for white. And if you put them together,
Kuhaku.
it means blank. Like it creates the kanji for blank. So it's actually really clever and creative.
I tried so hard to work an educational angle on every episode of Anime Club. I tried so hard, especially if I knew that Will wasn't going to be very interested in that anime. I made sure I had some kind of like intellectual or educational angle.
I had no idea what the show was about, but then the first couple seconds I was like, oh no, is it another show where they get trapped in the video game and they can't leave? We've seen this.
We've seen this. Oh, speaking of, actually, it I understand how you think it's a lot like Sword Art Online. You might have also thought it was like Sword Art Online because the voice actor for Kirito is the same voice actor for Sora.
He just loves video games.
He
I
loves
can't-
video games. He
Wow.
likes to be the hero.
Go me!
Since I would want to too.
Speaking of voice actors, Kugimi Arie is once again in this show.
love
I
Kugimi Arie.
believe.
Who was that person?
She played Happy, you know, the
Oh.
Catwing on Fairy Tale, and she also plays Kagura.
Not a mode of transportation.
Not a mode of
Gita!
transportation. He is a friend. He is a familiar.
I think he's very smart in terms of real world situations.
Yes.
I don't think he knows how to be a person, so I can relate with him.
I don't
Yeah,
remember
he's
the
very-
rest
he
of
seems
this
not
episode.
awkward.
I'm
He
like
seems
getting
very
ready for us to
professional
say
and
something
feels really
ridiculous.
good. But it's like very clear in the story that he's a virgin, so he like has like
There it
perverted
is.
thoughts and
Ain't
it like
nothing wrong
disrupts
with
it.
that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. But it does prevent him from being truly successful, I think. Like I said, I like flaws with characters, so I think it's fine that he's
Don't
not
we
perfect.
all?
I think it
Come
would
on,
destroy
Reina, you're not
the nature of
special.
The story if he was like perfect.
I got a lot of flaws.
Oh, we like that. We like your flaws.
Good.
Okay. Actually, I learned that they are step siblings and not blood-related siblings.
So,
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
What?
Incest
Spoilers,
shit.
I wasn't there yet.
Oh no, my bad. Spoilers. Is it really a big deal?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No.
He is
No,
logical,
no.
more of the profiler, and
No,
she
no,
is
no.
like completely logic-based. Like she can play any
No,
chess game,
no.
she can play out anything on.
Do we
like,
really not
I don't
talk
know,
about
man.
the incesty? All right, I guess not. Good. All right, here we are. A very long episode about Attack on Titan. And that's our weird intro. The weird things we would do. Honestly, Will would make me do them. These were never my choices.
We watch Attack on Titan.
All right, Attack on Titan still somehow relevant 8 years later. As of recording this video right now, we are on the second to last episode ever, I do believe. I don't know how the hell they're gonna wrap it up. They're still like trying to get the airship elsewhere. Anyway,
Shingeki no Kyojin.
8 years ago? This is
That's
crazy.
for music is something like that.
Yeah, close. I mean, it's my favorite intro, so I hope I wish I got it right. It's more like
Naruto season 3 is great. It's a
Shingeki
Shingeki.
no
No Trojan.
Kyojin. What?
Shingeki no Trojan.
This really was my like #1 favorite anime of all time during
Shingeki
this
no
time.
Trojo.
Close enough. So Will only watched what, the first 3?
2.5
2.5
episodes.
Which is not
They made
enough.
me film some more things,
It's
but
all
I
exposition.
think I saw enough. I think I saw enough.
Okay, cool.
You have to watch at least
I
until, like, 5 or
know
something.
This whole premise and show is about watching the first few episodes and kind of giving us an idea of whether we're going to want to.
I bet I'm gonna say
it.
that soon.
But I really need you to continue watching at least until episode 6 or so.
There it
How many
is.
episodes in the show so far?
24.
24. Oh, that's more than I thought. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I
but
can't believe
it's
I remember
phenomenal,
that.
and it is just visually super stunning,
Oh yeah.
isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Don't you like it?
Oh yeah.
And it doesn't really hit
Trying
the
to
ground
sell
running.
this so
You get
hard.
an exposition from the first 2 episodes of when the main characters,
Wow.
Armin, Eren, and Mikasa, when they're younger. So you kind of get a blueprint of what's about to happen. But oh my goodness, it's about to be madness, and it's so good.
Are you gonna have to spoil it for me for
No,
the sake of the
no,
show?
no. I won't.
Okay.
I'll try so hard this
Okay.
episode not to spoil anything.
Okay.
I'm kind of mad that I didn't make Will watch more of this series because he would have had a lot more to say, which is a weird thing to say now that I'm thinking about it because this episode is somehow 20 minutes long. I think we talk about highly irrelevant shit throughout this episode. I don't think we had a meaningful review or discussion about Attack on Titan. I remember trying so hard to keep everything on track, but because Will didn't watch past episode 2 or like 2.5 or something, I couldn't reveal more, and like he couldn't banter off of what I was saying.
Okay, so what was your first thoughts on the first couple episodes?
Well, I have to honestly
I
say,
feel like this isn't
since
gonna go
I've been
well.
living in the anime world for a while now, there is nothing but hype for this show. No matter where you go, people are like, no matter what you think it's wrong, Attack on Titan is the best show in the world.
It
And that's all you
is.
hear everywhere you go. You go to Anime Expo. Oh, what's that behind that person dressed like Kill la Kill? It's that person dressed like Mikasa's Tsukasa. And what's behind her? It's another Kill la Kill. And what's behind her is another Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah, I forgot. 2014 was a Kill la Kill Attack on Titan
Yeah.
time.
He actually, it's really weird that you say that. Eden even goes through that where he's like, I can't believe my last words with her were fighting. I'm such an idiot.
Oh my God,
And
so
it's
young
very,
and
very tragic
innocent.
and sad, but it does propel him to become the character that he's gonna become. And I can't say much because I can't spoil anything. Ah!
Oh my God, and this is before Eren goes full Eren.
I'm ready for it.
And then we have Mikasa.
And Tsukasa.
Wow, she is so pretty. I remember I was so angry that in season 2, they drew her even prettier than this. Like, they made her so sexy and like they like made her eyes like really shiny, kind of like a shoujo anime, and I hated it so much. And now we're on the final season and she's like just a man, a sexy man.
The characters are well developed. I know Eden's a little bit of a bitch, but he is fucking awesome and phenomenal. I'm sorry, I love the show so
I had the audacity to call Eren a bitch. Wow. Lots of things change in 8 years.
Oh, there's so much I want to say, but I can't spoil
I
so
remember
many
this
things.
feeling.
Spoil a
I
thing.
know.
If you spoil a single thing for me,
I
I'm
hate
gonna
that
be.
was so much.
That went in my eye and I'm dying.
To
Why?
prevent my spoiling.
Why did he
everything,
do
what
that?
was your-
Alright, I remember this one. 旦那が何を言ってるかわからない件.
Hey guys, welcome back.
There's
to
that
another
weird ass
episode
intro
and
again.
the first few
I don't know
episodes
why I
of the
agreed to
series and
that.
give you our first impressions. I'm Reina Scully.
I'm Weina.
Alright, so I remember we really enjoyed this
so
one.
This week we watched I Can't Understand What My Husband Is Saying,
Who picked
courtesy
that
of
dumb show?
Will chose that? That's so
I've never
weird.
seen it before,
That
and I
seems
saw
like
it on
something
the
I would
list, and
choose.
I went, bam. I think I actually did it live on the show last week. I
You
don't
did.
remember.
And you know what? It was actually a great show.
I sure
There
do
we
know how to
go.
pick 'em. Yeah, you know what? I just realized it's kind of like they don't know each other. Like they're married and they're like, I don't really know my husband. I don't really
Right.
know my wife. It's really difficult to get married to someone if you don't know them in most countries, except some countries they're like, oh, you don't know each other, marry each other anyway because of money. That's Japan. I don't think is one of those countries.
Well, usually not for money.
We have arranged marriages though.
What? Not usually for money. But
We
there
have
are
arranged
marriages in
marriage.
Japan. That's a real normal prevalent thing.
How much does that cost?
A lot.
Like a dowry? What's Will's dowry?
You're able to put in a lot of other anime and otaku references.
Yeah.
which are
Right,
super
right.
enjoyable for all those
Which
nerds
was
out
really
there.
interesting.
I always
was
love
thinking about that
references.
today.
I love when there's anime in
I
anime.
want some crossovers.
Mm-hmm.
What would happen?
Is that
if
legal?
Batman and Spider-Man were in the same comic book, and it was funny, and that doesn't really happen in anime as far as I've seen.
Not really.
I'm sure it has happened because everyone in comics.
There's some crossovers. Usually in like Shonen Sunday comics, there's crossovers.
But yeah, that doesn't happen often in anime. Yeah,
But it happens in this one.
Rurouni Kenshin was in this.
Kinda,
Yes, it
kinda.
was.
They're
Whenever
really
you
just
react
references.
intensely,
Hat
you
tips.
Usually pan to him, kind of emanating a different anime character. They reference Nanoha, which is really interesting.
Lyrical
Because
Nanoha.
the main female character in this, which is Kaoru, the wife, her voice.
Oh,
actor
Tamura
is,
Yukari.
Tamura Yukari, which
I
is
feel
also
like
the
I
voice
remember
actress
this
for
rant I
Nanoha,
go on
who's also the
because of
voice
Akame ga
actress
Kill.
For
Akame.
Jiburiru in No Game No Life,
And
also
mine.
the voice actress for Harime Nui. From
Reina.
Oh, that
Reina.
too.
also the voice
Reina,
actress.
stop.
And for
Reina,
mine,
stop.
Akame ga Kill's mom.
There it is.
She's an amazing
All right.
voice actress.
Okay. All right, she's been in everything.
It was
Reina,
always fun
you look
connecting
even
voice
again.
actors on the show.
And
Wake up.
okay, and and all of the characters that she plays
Sleep.
always wear pink.
Wake up.
And they look so good, and they usually have pink hair, except Harime Nui, she has a pink bow
I'm
instead.
amazed that I was able to
It was
keep
really
that going.
interesting when they were on their honeymoon, and and they she had on a bathing suit, and then there was a little caption that said, "Then they had sex for hours," or for like something strange. Like, that was
oh my god, I totally remember. So not the mecha sex shita, right? Like I laughed so much. I so distinctly remember that line.
An anime where they really were like, hey, these two characters had smash.
They smash.
Oh,
like,
smash!
They never really say it, but they said it in this one.
Will used to say that all the time.
And they normally don't focus on married couples in animes. Like, married couples are never the main characters.
Has
if you think
anyone
about
ever
it.
been married or had
I
parents
guess.
in an
I feel like
anime?
it's different now.
Okay.
There's anime about like
People
everything
have it
now.
real bad. You can't smash. Dad?
So,
Saying.
okay, that would happen all the time where Zaragoza would just scream from random areas of the studio. And it wasn't because we were being loud, he just wanted to interrupt. And it was actually, I don't know, it actually kind of helped. Like, it gave us a little bit of a breather before we did like the second half of the episode. I miss working with everybody so much.
The other thing I really like about this anime is they really delve into the otaku world in a different way as well, where they reference a lot of different terminology, like
What's the word for that?
Oh,
No, it's okay.
right. They used a lot of otaku words in this show, which was like the basis of how I changed
Moe,
Anime
which you've probably heard in
101.
a lot of different anime is it doesn't have an actual definition, but it's supposed to be a very particular characteristic of a female character that you're supposed to fall in love with. Like,
That's like a so-so explanation for Moe. I did a significantly better job explaining Moe in, like I said, Anime 101, which is well after I like found my online persona anime grounds.
yeah.
Being voiced by Hanaka Nazawa.
Yeah, that too, actually. Yeah, that's a real
That's
Moe.
a Moe for
But It
sure.
has a lot to do with maybe the way they speak. For example, in this show, the wife, I'm sorry, I keep saying the girl, but Kaoru goes, what should I say to get his attention? He likes Moe. What's that like? Meow? And she makes like a meowing sound.
That's a good Moe
There's
example.
A lot of Nekomimi fans
I didn't
out
notice
there.
that. The show is so fast. I didn't even really notice
That's
that.
Okay, I'm surprised I decided to say Nekomimi instead of like cat ears or cat girls, because I feel like cat ears and cat girls already existed in 2014, but maybe they didn't. When did cat girls become a huge ass thing on the internet?
That's another thing.
I remember
this
the
show's
part
crazy
about Moe,
fast.
but okay, yeah.
And she meows at him, and then he'll do like anything she wants,
that?
and he takes her out, and it's so cute.
I feel the exact
It's not that
opposite. It's
cute.
I don't like those kind of
It's like
voices.
annoying, right?
Like, as I will always say, the greatest anime character.
Moe
of all
is
time,
oftentimes
give or
annoying.
take, Nausicaa.
My favorite scene was in the first episode, and it's when he
What could it be?
leaves his hentai out in the
Oh.
living room, and she goes, "Oh, why don't you clean this up?" And she looks at it, and she goes, "There are boobs in here everywhere." And
Of course.
he turns into like a mech pilot, and he goes, "We are boobs."
Oh.
That was my favorite part. It was
Yeah.
great.
What was that a reference?
That was good. I must say, the fact that I remember so much from the show and this episode tells me that I really, really enjoyed. I feel like I remember Parasyte being
Hey guys,
a
welcome
very
to
good
Anime Club, where we watch the first
episode
few
of
episodes
Anime
our
Club.
series and give you our first impressions.
Oopie's
on Reina
there.
William Hanks.
And this week we watched Parasyte.
Is that the first time
Why?
Oopie
I
appears?
must say, hands down, Parasyte is my favorite anime of 2014.
Oh, it's a
I felt
bold
like
statement.
It was really good anime too until the episode that I got to today, and I don't want to watch it anymore.
Where did you get up to?
I got to episode 5.
What could he be talking about?
Okay, what happened?
Is that the one where like
Ooh, can I talk
she
about
just
it?
slices his
Sure,
mom?
let's do it. So it's interesting that you said that the show wanted to try to be funny, because I think in the first few episodes they kind of
You're right.
adventured that route.
It did.
Did they? I don't remember that at all. Will generally always wants things to become comedy. I actually think I took that from him, because now I want everything to be comedy. But I don't remember any bit of levity from this show. I feel like it was just dramatic and sad from the very beginning. I think I'm forgetting something about it.
It's true, the anime gets a little bit dark, and it's supposed to be a horror anime anyway, which,
Will
I
used
get
to
it, it's-
often do this, where whenever we talked about gore or horror, he'd bury his entire face in my arm. This was a very common thing that would happen on Anime Club.
It's creepy.
I just
don't
got
know.
a hair in my mouth. Oh, sorry about that.
Gross. Ew, it's not funny to me anymore. Now it's just gross.
Now it's gross. What would you feel if an alien tried to give you a...
Oh my
This
God,
is
ew, wait, but it's my
before
right-
Will would
Ah!
curse
But it's
or
not your
say
right hand.
unsavory things.
Alien.
You're right, it's gross.
Reina.
I failed. And it says that.
Yeah, it says Reina.
Ew, wait a second. I don't know why I said ew, but is this the first time Will says my name like that? Reina. Is this where it came from? No way. Is it? He still does that. Reina. Actually, a lot of the times when I'm a guest in other people's videos or like on First We Feast and stuff, I can tell if you used to watch SourceFed because the comments will be filled with just all caps, Reina.
Which is why it's so important that they take over the brain, but Migi takes over the hand, so while Shinichi's sleeping, Migi studies.
Migi studies, goes on the internet.
Available,
Love a
and it's
smart
brilliant
alien.
because he's then able to, he learns how to speak better, which is amazing, because in the beginning he's
I
all
think
like,
I do an impression.
"Machigaeta,"
There
and
it
he just
is.
sounds like a robot.
I feel like that was a pretty spot-on impression. I feel like I did a good job.
He sounds like a person because
And even
he's
more than a
learning.
person. He sounds, what, more intelligent than a person?
He was already far more
Already.
intelligent. His capacity for learning is far larger.
Just retake that line.
Beyond that. And now, I mean, if you think about it, they kind of have two brains, because they have Shinichi's brain, which is
Oh.
slowly being taken over by this intelligent parasite, and they have Migi, the parasite itself.
It doesn't. I don't agree. I feel like
That
if
was just
Migi's
me
gonna take
running
over
out of
his brain,
breath
then
and needing to
Shinichi
inhale
could take over his
sharply.
brain too. Migi pointed out that that humans are the most dangerous because they're like humans eat all animals on Earth, and he's like,
Yes.
my
This is an
species
excellent
only
point to
eats
make.
Our
two.
own kind.
Yeah, our own kind.
It's
So,
really interesting.
Who's really the Akuma?
Oh, that's amazing that you said
Will!
in the show, they do specifically
Good
venture out to
job.
see, like, oh, what is it to be evil or to be a demon? And Migi specifically tells Shinichi that humans are the closest things to what they describe to be a demon.
Yeah.
It's very brilliant,
It
actually.
makes us wonder who's the real evil in the world.
Yeah, it's true.
Us or the primates?
I feel like this is one of the best anime club episodes we did. I feel like we were both so invested in the story and we remembered so much about the anime and the characters. And we cared a lot about the theories and philosophies behind the actual story and plot. And I don't know, I wish every single anime club episode was like this, where we both had really, really relevant, interesting things to say. I'm proud of us. Okay, so I think that's enough for today. Although it wasn't nearly as bad as I was expecting. I was so ready to just turn beet red and just want to stop at any point. But alas, I think this is where I'm gonna call it. I hope you're not squirming from secondhand embarrassment, and please let me know in the comments what your favorite video or thing we ever did on SourceFed was. And just a little sidebar before I go away, I just have to tell you how much I truly and deeply miss SourceFed. It was the biggest turning point of my life and more specifically my career, and although perhaps I would have done some things differently now knowing the future, I can't even express to you how extremely meaningful every single experience was there. And one of the most impactful things I learned during my time there was just how much SourceFed meant to everyone else, and not just my other cast members, but also you guys, the SourceFed fandom. I still get messages about how someone's been watching me since my SourceFed days, and how those videos helped them get through tough times, or how our on-camera chemistry made them feel less lonely. I would spend hours and hours after work reading SourceFed comments, and I would often get emotional reading how much SourceFed meant to you guys. So I just wanted you to know that we loved it too, and how much you all meant to us. We obviously wouldn't be anything without you, and I don't know if any of us were able to express that very well while SourceFed was still alive, so I know it's many, many, many years later, but I hope that sentiment reaches you now. And with that, thank you so much for watching this video and reminiscing with me. Please bombard Will with embarrassing clips from before he used to curse. That's like 80 or 90 brands ago for him. Don't forget to share those SourceFed memories in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Sonja matta ne!